Hello, and welcome to the Colorme Shay Podcast. It is a podcast that allows you to recreate your canvas by gently brushing new color of life into your future. The Colorme Shay Podcast was created to assist you into transforming yourself into the beautiful masterpiece you know you are meant to be. Here we believe that every shade tells a story, and every story has the power to change lives. So get ready to be inspired, uplifted, and empowered as we embark on this colorful journey together. Let's paint a new vision with positivity and purpose. Welcome back to the Colorme Shay Podcast. This is your host, Shay. I want to thank you guys for joining me again for our second episode. Woo-woo. I know this is going to be a good one. It's about the aha moment, and I know you're asking yourself, what is a aha moment? Well, let me tell you. The aha moment is the feeling you get deep down that life is about to change, and it's not clear what is about to change, but the door has opened. I would tell you that there's no closing it, there's no turning around, it's only your ability to go forward. You can go slow or fast, but I promise you, going fast will have you doubling back, going too slow will keep you stunned. So choose a steady pace, where you can learn to see yourself and your progress. Again, this is the Colorme Shay Podcast. It's all about learning to reinvent, recreate, and color a beautiful life. Now for me, I didn't realize my aha moment was happening. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was subtle at first. It was me asking myself, why do I feel differently about my friendship? Why am I examining the relationship I'm having with my family? I began asking myself, why do I feel uncomfortable in places I used to feel comfortable in? It was also confusing because everyone else was the same, but I was beginning to feel and be different. When people say I didn't change, the people around me changed how they treated me. That is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. So we don't have to acknowledge we wanted more. We dreamed outside the box and had to abandon the old version of ourselves and possibly the people we love the most. In this stage, we often gaslight ourselves. Sometimes the loudest gaslighting doesn't come from others. It comes from our own inner voice trying to keep us safe, comfortable, and small. You might have accepted that people treat you poorly or honestly just don't like you, and you don't have the knowledge or strength to walk away. And what do walking away really means? When I say knowledge, some of us may have grew up in a toxic and abusive home. I know I did. I was physically abused as a child. Physical abuse as a child can cloud our judgment on how we should be treated as an adult. Child abuse shows up as you normalizing painful behavior. When your earliest experience of love, care, or discipline are wrapped in violence or fear, you can grow up thinking pain equals love, or that tough love is the standard. My custodial parent would come home from work and beat us if the house wasn't clean, but never did it occur to the parent that they never taught us how to clean, or we never seen that person clean. I can understand the principle. The house is a mess. It should be clean. But that's where love and care come in. Gentle parenting is taking your kid by the hand and teaching them how to clean and provide reasoning as to why it should be done this way. The kind of discipline I received caused me to develop anxiety. You don't know what to expect from them. Will this person come home and beat us? Or will this person come home with a smile on their face and love on us? As an adult, it can show up as excusing your partner for their controlling behavior. You may become aggressive towards coworkers who question your technique or work performance, or maybe put up with disrespectful behavior so you don't have to be confrontational or set a boundary. Even in relationships that appear functional, like the ones you have with your siblings, you learn to mistrust your emotions. If you were punished for crying, being upset, or needing comfort, you might learn to suppress your emotions altogether. I don't remember being overly emotional as a child, but I did learn to be silent. As an adult, I was emotionally numb. When Ayana said you are dead from the neck down, I definitely understand her point. I remember that I taught myself not to get too happy because it can all be taken away from you. Mistrusting yourself looks like minimizing your pain to keep the peace. Telling yourself it's not that bad because I've seen worse. Excusing people's actions. If you have to think that someone is disrespecting you and not valuing who you are and what you bring, it's time to go. There is no need to double back just to make sure that you wasn't wrong about them because you wasn't. And second guessing and giving more chances don't change them, it only changes you. And here's a big one. Maybe I'm being too sensitive. And you are. Your intuition has kicked in. I know it's a tool you never used before, but it's working now. And it wants you to run as fast as you can. Run. Don't skip. Don't hop. Run. We often dismiss our intuition as anxiety, even when something feels deeply off. Truth is, your intuition speaks before logic. Don't silence it just because others don't understand it. But here's what I want you to do. I would ask you to write down what did they do in that moment that caused your intuition to kick in. How did they do it? And where was the first time you learned that this doesn't feel right? As a child, I learned to read body language and tone. So when I enter a room, I let my body feel the vibe. I listen more than I talk. Because we become so consumed with the people in the room, we don't think to see if we fit in that room. There is no shame, so please don't feel shame. Feel empowered that you have connected with a part of you that needs to grow. This is where change begins. As you stop abandoning yourself, you shift from performing to being, from surviving to feeling. That's the kind of change most people miss. It doesn't always start with a decision. It starts with discomfort. My discomfort came when I realized I didn't fit in anymore. I felt like the ghetto white girl. You know, the one with the bob and the side swoop. Y'all know the one. The one who tries to be a part of the in crowd. But in reality, nobody really knows why she's here. And she doesn't know where she belongs. With her being lost, she moved from space to space, trying to find home. I always dreamed of working these fantastic jobs, and people would tell me, oh, you just trying to feel special or be important. Now someone tell me, what in the HEL hockey sticks do that mean? Okay? But in reality, I was outgrowing my current situation. What I thought was me being too much was actually me becoming more of who I was. And I can say that with confidence. And so can you. Your longing for external change will cultivate your internal change. I was searching for a new career path, and it propelled me into a new way of living. And in that new life, I will have to be different. Now I want to ask you something. Where in your life are you still trying to fit in? And what is it costing you? Because it's costing you something. Peace of mind, happiness. What is the price you're willing to pay to stay complacent? Change often starts where there is no crisis, just clarity. The aha moment isn't about doing something different. It was about finally seeing yourself differently. Real change will challenge your identity. It may break illusions you worked so hard to build. But it is how you will find your authentic self. When you stop abandoning yourself, everything around you will shift because your alignment has changed. You are no longer choosing others over yourself. You're not too much for wanting a life that reflects who you truly are. Discomfort is not the problem. It's the invitation. But it also the moment you stop shrinking. And start holding space for your whole self. Let me leave you with these thoughts. You don't owe anyone the old version of yourself just because they're comfortable with the old version of who you were. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the invitation. If you feel like you're growing out of the life you built, you're not broken, you're just awakening. And as much as I hate to go and end this episode, I got to go. But until next time, head over to my YouTube channel, the Colorme Podcast, for this week's playlist. And yes, I created a playlist to smooth you through your week. It has some new and old school music, probably some stuff you haven't heard before. And I will be giving you guys a color of the week. And this color is Benha. It's from the Color Black family. When I seen it, I was like, this is such a beautiful color. And it reflects the aha moment perfectly. So get over there and be inspired. Again, this is your host. And I can't wait to chat with you guys again. Bye.